Okay, we got 10 minutes for 11.8, volume and surface area of spheres. A couple of little odd terms here. First, chord of a sphere, a segment whose endpoints are around the sphere. A diameter is a chord that contains the center of the sphere. Well, I got in blue up here the chord. That would be like having a tunnel go from Chicago to Tokyo. Direct straight line through the earth, stopping right on the surface there. Okay? A great section is a cross section of the sphere that contains the center. This is actually used in airline routes. So if you were going to fly a plane from that same Chicago to Tokyo, you would basically make a bigger shell of the earth where the altitude it's flying at, but you would want that plane to fly along the Great Circle because that would be the shortest flight distance from Chicago to Tokyo. Okay, on to it here. Core concepts, surface area of a sphere, 4 pi r squared. 4 pi r squared, r is of course your radius. Pay attention to whether you're given the radius or the diameters. I didn't do them out, but there's lots of examples here on the MPs. Mathematical proficiency, I forget what they're called, 649, numbers 1 to 3. I think they have some of those answers, if not all of them, in the back of the book. They're good practice. They have videos for all those problems, too. Don't forget, if the videos I posted aren't helping enough. Volume of a sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed. Units are cubed. Notice r cubed, units cubed. And for surface area, it's units squared with an r squared. That's a little cue that I use to help me remember there. And I've got, looks like one problem worked out here from the mathematical proficiencies or whatever they are, the MPs in the book there. I'll have to look up that name. Not going to take the time right now. Find the surface area of a solid. Number 1, surface area equals 4 pi r squared. Remember, I always suggest using these full formulas. Don't just write the 4 pi r squared. When we get to some of the problems later, you want that formula there. You're better off being in the habit of writing it all the time. Our radius is 5. We are given a radius here, so that's 5. I'm not going to put the units in there. So that's 5 squared is 25. 4 times 5 is 100 times pi. That's going to be 314.2. about centimeters squared. I remember that from a problem on 11.7. No answers up there. 314.2 centimeters squared. There's my answer there. Down on number 4, we have a hemisphere, which is a half a sphere. I don't know why I don't have the word written out here. I can't write for one. That's a half a sphere, a hemisphere. So notice we have half the area of a circle, so half of 4 pi r squared, which is 2 pi r squared. And then we have the bottom, which is kind of like a base, but it's a circle on the bottom, so that area is pi r squared. We add those up, we get the formula. We got that lovely 11.2, so we're going to have 2 pi 11.2 meters squared plus pi times 11.2 meters squared. We could have simplified this a little bit, it looks like here, 2 to 3 pi r squared. I'm wondering if that would always work. Got to think about that. And let's plug these in the calculator and see what we got. And after I plug that into my calculator, I did that all in just one computation. I get 1,182.2, 44147, so 1182.2. And what do we have here? Meters squared are our units. And that's our surface area. Let's check it. Yep, we got that one down here too. Oh, look at that. More answers for you there. Number 5, don't forget diameter. Pay attention. We are given a diameter here. In fact, this shows yellow on there. So, notice that we've got a diameter there. We need the radius for this. Our formula uses the radius. 2r equals the diameter, so 2r equals 15. Divide by 2 a little bit. We get 7.5 inches for our radius there. And then you can plug it into the formula number 6 over here. 4/3 pi r cubed. Just plug it in. There's nothing. This is volume we're doing on this time, so that's why we're using. And I keep forgetting to say that. Always make sure you read the directions. I've read them ahead of time, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I got some notes here because I've already looked at that. Make sure you read those directions. You don't want to do good work and be getting the wrong answer, getting volume when they ask for surface area, or the other way around. One little comment, 13 to the third power, 13 times 13 times 13, or 13 hat 3 on your calculator. You've got some calculators that will do it like this. You'll have an XY key in there. And you put the 13 XY3, and that will give you the 13 to the third. But put those in your calculator. I put those in my calculator. I get 9202.77208 or 9202.8. And I should probably have the old approximate. And don't forget V stands for volume. In this case, you got a couple more. Notice number 8, you got a diameter. Got to find that radius first. Down here, toughest one, number 10, volume of a sphere. Find the volume with a surface area of 256 pi inches squared. So first we need to find r. Once we find r, then we find our volume. So again, we got the previous example or note on the previous page. Number 6, we do that same sort of thing in the notes on that number 6 up there. That's what that meant. So we're going to have surface area equals 4 pi r squared. So that's 256 pi equals 4 pi r squared. I'm going to divide by 4 pi. I'm not going to worry about carrying my units because I know my radius is going to come out in inches. Pi's cancel out. 256 over 4, 64, I believe that's, we got 64 equals r squared. Square root. Positive or negative 8 can equal to r, but we can't, you have a negative radius, so it's just going to be a positive 8 that we end up using there. Now once I got my r, I got to plug it into my volume formula equals our 4/3 pi r cubed. R cubed for units cubed. That's how I remember that. So that's going to be 4/3, and I should add inches to that too while I'm here. Pi times 8 cubed. And I'm going to put that in the calculator. And I get my volume coming out to 2144.660585 or 2144.7, and I should again probably have the approximate since I had to round that a little bit, and that's going to be inches cubed because we were working in square inches, which took us to inches to the radius. When I cubed the 8 inches, that'd give me inches cubed. And that takes us to the end of this. That's the end of the chapter. Made up for some of that extra minute I took up in 11.7. Y'all have a good day. Thanks much.